Hey guys, it's YOU WACK, and Overwatch just continues to drop announcement after announcement, and today we got 3 big things to talk about that's going to be coming to Overwatch, which includes a bunch of hero changes with the mid-season patch next week, along with a brand new game mode called Double Trouble. We will talk about what that game mode entails, and the third thing is a new collaboration event. No, not with Cowboy Bebop, with Porsche. You know, the car company? Porsche? Alright, so we can wait to talk about the game mode and the hero changes, because what is this Porsche collaboration, or Porsche? I don't know how you pronounce it, but I don't even care how you pronounce it because it's coming to Overwatch. But how so? Are they making an Overwatch Porsche car? Not necessarily. So, at South by Southwest, Porsche actually has a booth where they unveiled a D.VA statue with this collaboration. And this D.VA statue doesn't look anything like a skin that she has currently in-game. And what a lot of people are inferring is that D.VA is going to be getting this specific statue skin in-game where it's going to have Porsche branding. But what I'm also going to be guessing is happening is that maybe they're going to be changing a payload to have Porsche branding, but more importantly, the new Porsche car that is going to be promoted alongside this collaboration. And this is why Porsche is working with Overwatch, is to promote their brand new 2024 model car. Porsche has some sort of electric car called the Macan that's going to be coming out this year, and while Porsche and Overwatch is not paying me to promote this, like, they're definitely not paying me, I still think it's really cool how Overwatch is they're working at Porsche. Like, that is massive. That is next to Lamborghini, that is next to Ferrari, that is Porsche. That is a dream car for so many people. Now, a lot of people will say, well, D.Va got the K-pop skin, and D.Va also got the Gentle Monster collaborative skin. Why does she get a third collab? Well, first of all, D.Va drives a car-like thing, a mecha, so it kind of makes sense to give her a skin. But hey, maybe there could be some sort of a Racer Genji skin, or better yet, Tracer literally has a Racer skin in game, so it would kind of make sense to give Tracer a skin. But D.Va, she drives or pilots a car, so that's why she's getting the collab. Plus, D.Va's super popular. Of course, Porsche would want D.Va, one of the more popular characters, to rock their branding. But let me know how you feel about this collab, because I know some people will be like, silence, brand, I don't want product placement in my video game, which is understandable. But the reason why I think this is cool is I've only really seen one other game collaborate with a car company, and that was Mario Kart with Mercedes. But at least there, it makes sense. It's a car company collaborating with a car-like video game. But I don't know, man, when it comes to Porsche, at least it's a cool car company. But if you're more of the silence brand type of fella and you hate in-game advertising, then you might also be mad at these hero changes, or possibly excited, which is the next thing that we're going to be talking about, because in Aaron Keller's blog post, he revealed some of the up-and-coming hero changes that are going to be in the mid-season patch. But there's also going to be a general change for the DPS role passive. So you guys know how in Season 9, whenever a damage hero does, well, damage to a target, that target receives 20% less healing for 2 seconds, where for the mid-season patch, they're going to reduce it to now only reducing the healing received by 15%. A lot of people will not like that amount of change because they feel like it should just go away, because it feels like damage heroes are doing way too much damage and healing isn't doing enough healing. I guess it's just based on the opinion of people. Me, as a damage player, I like feeling like I'm actually killing things, but I understand that support players hate the feeling that they're useless because, well, their healing is getting outmatched by damage. And especially for constant damage heroes like Soldier or Tracer or Reaper that can instantly 20% or now 15% heal reduce, then it can be very frustrating. But hey, luckily those aren't the only hero changes coming with the mid-season patch. Speaking of support characters, Ana is going to be getting a somewhat meaningful buff to her biotic grenade. Beforehand, you would do damage or instantly heal yourself for 60. Now they're going to increase it to 90. Now this is supposed to give her a little bit more survivability from Tracers that are harassing her in the backline, because, well, Tracer is a very popular pick right now, but it's also supposed to, well, do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more impact with the biotic grenade, as if biotic grenade didn't already have a lot of impact to begin with. But the other support character that was surprisingly mentioned in the early patch notes is Lifeweaver, where they're going to be increasing his maximum heal from 70 heal per flower to now 80 heal per flower. But they're also going to be nerfing him, which is very surprising because the maximum charge to get to 80 heal is increasing from 1 second to 1.15 seconds. So it's a buff and a nerf, but Lifeweaver, he's not in a good spot. spot right now, so I think he just needs all the buffs that he can get. But speaking of needing all the buffs that they can get, Mauga is going to be the first tank mentioned in the early patch notes. Now, not all these are going to be buffs. In fact, when it comes to his cardiac overdrive, he's going to be getting 3 changes. The first is a nerf where the duration at which cardiac overdrive happens is decreasing from 5 seconds to 4 seconds, but the cooldown is getting decreased from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, meaning that you can self-heal a lot more frequently. And speaking of self-healing, the passive health will be filled to 100 health with cardiac overdrive. And the final change to Mauga is going to be to his stomp damage. They're increasing it from 45 damage to 60 damage. So overall, Mauga, definitely a better tank, but I don't think they're trying to overbuff him because they saw how he wrecked the meta for Season 8. They're still traumatized. Another tank that was mentioned in the early patch notes is Doomfist, where he's going to be getting a buff to his Meteor Strike ultimate. They're going to be increasing the minimum damage from 15 damage to 50 damage. So what that means is that if you're in the outer ring of his Meteor Strike, that means you're always going to get hit with 50 damage. Now, will this make Doomfist a good tank? No. If you really want to buff Doomfist, you got to buff like his abilities or his health or something. And I think that's something that's also worth mentioning is that, well, these are early patch notes. These aren't the final patch notes. Maybe there's going to be more buffs and nerfs to heroes, but also there's going to be other heroes buffed and nerfed other than just these few that are mentioned. But the final tank and also the final hero mentioned in the early patch notes is Hammond. Now, Aaron Keller didn't reveal any details of what changes are coming to Hammond. He only said that he's going to be getting a small rework, which means he's probably going to be getting either a brand new ability or something more than just tweaking his damage or nerfing his ultimate and that kind of thing, which is encouraging because the thing about Hammond is that he's a very selfish tank. I mean, so is Rodog, but at least Rodog isn't fast enough to leave his team, where Hammond, he just leaves the team every single time, and it's kind of sad. But the small Hammond rework should be coming out in Season 10. It won't be coming with the mid-season patch. It'll be coming in about a month or so. But the final big announcement that we got to talk about is the brand new quick play game mode called Double Trouble. So how this is going to work is similar to Quick Play Hack, where they're going to have a weekend where they overtake Quick Play, and they're still going to have a role queue in Quick Play. However, there's going to be no hero limit for that role. So how this is going to work is that if you queue up for damage, if Cassidy's already picked, you can still pick Cassidy because there's no longer going to be a hero limit for that role. Same thing if you queue up for support. If you really want to play Mercy, but Mercy's already taken, then you can still pick Mercy. And for tank, well, there's already only one tank on the team, so you can already get whatever tank that you want. And that's what makes this different compared to the original days in Overwatch 1, where in Overwatch 1, you could pick any hero that you wanted because there was no role queue. But in Double Trouble, there's always going to be a tank, there's always going to be a damage, and there's always going to be a support character. But now you can get 2 of the same damage characters and 2 of the same support characters on the same team, which I think should be a lot more fun than Quick Play Hacked. But yeah, those are all the big announcements. And in case you guys haven't heard, Cowboy Bebop is going to be collaborating with OVerwatch. And if you haven't watched that video yet, it's going to be popping on the screen right now. And that event will be coming up next week, which I'm so excited about. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.